This is my YouTube studio space that I use for filming all of my videos here at Think Media. And what's interesting about this space is that actually it's pretty modular, and a lot of the tech and equipment that I have set up in the space is actually pretty beginner friendly and easy to use. So today I want to give you a little behind the scenes look at everything I have going on in my studio and how I use it all to create videos on a weekly basis. Now, the first thing we'll start off with is this desk setup, which is my main desk setup that I use for my daily content creation and Zoom meetings, coaching calls, all of those things I do here at this main workstation. And it's actually powered mostly by my MacBook Pro. This is the 16-inch MacBook Pro. It's an M3 Max chip. It's basically fully spec'd out, and I've never needed any more horsepower out of my laptop than I have with this machine. Now, as you might notice right here, I only have one cable running into my MacBook Pro that is connecting all of the devices that you see right here, which is really neat. And the reason I'm able to do that is this little box right here on the desk. It's called the CalDigit TS4 docking station. And all that really is a cool tool that allows me to plug in all of the other tech that you see here, including my Rodecaster Pro, which is my audio interface, a secondary monitor that can connect USB or HDMI, my Elgato prompter, which is actually probably my favorite piece of tech in this whole build, and even my Sony FX30 that I use for all of my live streaming and a lot of my video recordings. So all of that tech and more funnels directly into the CalDigit TS4, and that plugs directly into my computer, and I can use and see everything from that one cable. Now, for my camera setup, I am using the Sony FX30 at this workstation. I think it's a great camera setup. It has beautiful image quality, and yeah, it's like a cinema camera that's only $2,000. Yeah, that might be kind of expensive to some people, but I can use this for professional video production work as well. And of course, all of my live streaming, YouTube videos, and more. And because it has that internal fan, it will never overheat on me. The lens I'm using on the FX30 is the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens. It's a beautiful lens that gets me that shallow depth of field to kind of make that background look a little bit blurrier. I love this lens. I'll link that in the description below, as well as all of the other tech in this video. Now, on the front of the lens is probably my favorite piece of gear in this entire studio. It's the Elgato Prompter. And I use this not only for just content creation, where maybe I load up a teleprompter script or some notes that I can look into the teleprompter and still be looking directly into my lens. That's of course a really cool feature, but it's also just an extended display. So right now I have one main display for my MacBook Pro, a secondary display. It's just a really simple USB or HDMI display that you can get off of Amazon. Super affordable, only like $80 or so. And then my third display right here is the Elgato Prompter. So 3 displays in this array right now. And that gives me a ton of flexibility for going live on YouTube or doing any coaching calls or webinars, or even just talking with my teammates. For audio, we're using the Shure SM7DB. I love this microphone, and my podcast arm right now is the newer low profile desk arm. I really like this microphone arm and mic combo. It gets me great audio, and all of that audio is running directly into my Rodecaster Pro 2, which is my audio interface of choice. I use this for all of my podcasting, live streams, and voiceover work, and that is just plugged directly into my CalDigit TS4, which connects to my MacBook Pro. Because this is where I do most of my daily work too, I have some other accessories like SD cards, sticky notes, some Apple headphones, as well as a notepad that I use pretty often for my to-do list. This little remote right here controls these lights, which are actually made by Full-Time Filmmaker. You can turn them on or off together at the same time, and then also control things like color, temperature, and brightness. So these are cool little bar lights I always have on in my studio. And lighting for this main desk setup, I'm using the Amaran 60DS for my main key light, and then I have the Amaran Light Dome Mini on just a little light stand that's pointing right here, serving as a main key light. And I actually don't even have a fill. Sort of these bar lights act as a little bit of a fill back here, but for the most part, I'm just relying on this main key light for this shot. Also, definitely don't look down here. Times are tough. We're testing different chargers, lights, batteries. Just pretend none of that exists. And then this little extra light right here is from Amaran. It's their Pano 60C, and I often use this to add a splash of color to my background. It's usually just set to blue, and I just point it up towards my ceiling to add a little bit of a blue fill to the entire background. It's super bright. It's only at 21% right now, and it fills the entire space looking blue, so I use this all the time. Now the second workstation over here serves kind of a different purpose in my daily workflow. This is actually more for like filming B-roll or filming talking head videos only. I really don't do a lot of work from this workstation. I more film videos here or use it as a set piece if I'm demonstrating different tabletop work or filming B-roll of cameras. I like just to have kind of a techie background, and I'll use this set for that. Audio for the setup, I actually find myself using the Fifine AM8 pretty often because I love showcasing affordable tech, and this is by far the best microphone I have found that produces the best sound quality for the most affordable price. This mic is only about $50, and it even comes with a boom arm, or you could grab it with a tabletop mic stand. Either option is great, but the sound quality is what's even better. The studio monitors that I have here are a new addition from Samson, and so they're a great company that also makes really good microphones like the Samson Q2U or the Q9U. We featured both of those on the channel before, but these are their Media One MX5 BT studio monitors, so they actually connect via Bluetooth. So that's what the BT stands for, or I can connect them directly to my Mac Mini and run the audio off of my Mac Mini through these speakers. So I actually review edits right here at this workstation. I also love listening to podcasts or music while I'm filming B-roll in my studio. So these are the monitors that I'm using for this setup. Now, as I mentioned, my computer for this setup is the 2024 Mac Mini M4. And honestly, this thing is powerful enough to do some basic 4K video editing. This is like the baseline unit that I got for $500 on sale. So really cool, you can power an entire workstation off of a simple computer like the Mac Mini. Now the cameras that I have at this workstation kind of change depending on what I'm filming that month, but right now I actually have two webcams from YOLO Live. This is their YOLO Cam S3, which is about a $200 web camera. This is the best image quality I've ever seen out of a camera for under $200, and it's a webcam, which is pretty wild. And then behind it, I have one of their more professional webcams, which is the YOLO Cam S7. So a little bit of a larger sensor. It's a micro 4/3 mount as well, so you can actually interchange different lenses. And I just have YOLO Live's 18mm lens on the front of that camera, and it produces some beautiful images. And another reason I use those cameras at this setup is because of this little monitoring device right here called the YOLO Box Extreme. So we've done reviews about this before on the channel, but this is a dedicated touchscreen switcher and recording interface that I can use to record multiple 4K audio inputs, but I can also live stream directly from the YOLO Box itself. I can even invite remote guests if I want them to participate in a live stream with me. And they also just released this cool little device, which is called their YOLO Deck. It's kind of similar to a Stream Deck if you've used one of those before. But basically I can control some of my live switching right here with these buttons and presets, or even some audio controls you can all adjust right here with the YOLO Deck. For lighting, I have one streaming light from Newer that's mounted to this desk stand. Again, I'll link these model numbers in the description for you. And then over here, I actually have a light from Zhiyun that I've had for a couple years that I just set up, so I don't have to keep twisting this light over here over to this side of my studio. I decided, hey, let's just get two set up, one key light on each side, so I don't ever have to move these around. And of course, we have this fake plant in the corner that I use often for adding some texture in my scenes and a little splash of color. So it just lives right here in the corner, and I pull it out whenever I need it. So those are my main desk setups, but I actually have one other desk over here in this corner that I use often for top-down work. So if I'm filming tabletop unboxing videos, or if I want to do some B-roll of products on a desk, I will actually pull this out away from the corner and put it in the center of the room. And then I will grab some of these lights that I use to light a nice scene for filming some beautiful product B-roll. I'll also shoot YouTube thumbnails sometimes in this corner, and this table comes in handy for that. But basically, it's just a utility table that I pull out when I need it, so I don't have to try and reach these heavy tables over here that have a ton of stuff on them. I can just leave those exactly where they are and just use this smaller table that's pretty light to move around my studio for product B-roll. And obviously this right here is a couch. I use it to sit on. Now over here on these studio shelves, there's honestly a lot going on, and I'll try to clean it up and organize it a little bit better for the B-roll of this video. But mainly I use this for staging equipment and really try to organize my gear based on my daily workflow. So I have a lot of Sony cameras that I'll use for different purposes, like filming YouTube style talking head videos, or my professional video production work, or shooting YouTube thumbnails or photographing weddings. Based on the season of life I'm in, I'll have different cameras out that are rigged in different ways, just depending on what I'm shooting. And I try to organize the shelves based on different types of categories. So the top shelf is mostly like audio gear and rigging accessories. The second shelf is more for cameras and lenses. The third shelf is for different types of cameras, like action cameras and gimbals, and also a few Canon cameras and Yola Live cameras that I use and work into my production workflows as well. And then towards the bottom, there's a bunch of wireless microphones and different podcast microphone storage, as well as a ton of hard drives and other accessories. Now this little bench has a hidden compartment in here that actually pulls out, and a lot of times I'll store in here tripods and different C-stands or gimbals or just like shoulder rigs that I won't use as often, but I do use some of this stuff from time to time, especially the C-stand for creating some top-down shots. And then the shelving on this side is just like some more storage and props that I use for filming my videos. I do also have a lot of books right here that I love to read. So you can see, you can pause the video anytime you want and just see kind of like the books that I'm interested in reading. A lot about like business, entrepreneurship, and content creation, all really fun. We got the gold play button from Think Media, and then probably my favorite prop in this whole shelf is this little camera right here. This was my first camera. It's the Nikon P530, and I bought it to teach myself photography. And at one point, it was the only piece of tech that I had related to anything photo video. So I just love keeping that right there visible as a reminder of where I started and as like some inspiration to keep going. So that's currently how I have my YouTube studio set up. And honestly, it's constantly evolving and changing. I'm always swapping around different lighting and cameras just to try out new things, but this is roughly how it's set up on a typical basis. If you're interested in any of this gear, I'll be sure to link all of it down in the description below. And if you have a question about something that maybe I didn't cover, feel free to ask it in the comment section and I'll be sure to help you out. And if you want to check out some of my favorite affordable YouTube accessories for creators, you can click or tap the screen right here to watch that video, and I'll see you in the next one.